What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. So look, we got a lot to talk about in this video. We have to break down the markets. We got to break down some stocks as well. And we also have to go over what I'm looking to do in these markets. But listen, before we do that, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. All you have to do is use my link down below, deposit at least $100, and you get up to 5 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Again, use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and you get your free money. And with that being said, let's talk about what's going on. So take a look, guys. It's currently about 1:55 p.m., almost 2 p.m. on the East Coast, and the markets are absolutely on fire. Well, I guess the Dow and the Russell, they're at pretty much break even. The Dow and the Russell are, but we have the NASDAQ 100 up 1.7%. So we have tech on fire, and we have the S&P up over 0.5%, which is great. If the S&P goes up 0.5%, I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree in one day, that is pretty good, right? And take a look. I want to focus on this 10-day chart for SPY and Triple Q. What I'm noticing here on SPY is an inverse head and shoulders. It's clear as day. We can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. We're above the 50, and now we're about to test the 180 moving average on this 10-day chart, which is right around $456 per share. So I'm telling you guys, if SPY starts breaking out of 456, this right shoulder is going to gain steam to the point where it might complete anywhere from 460 to 462. And then if 462 breaks, of course, we're going to start, well, I guess not start, but continue the breakout that we've been seeing the past couple of weeks. So SPY is pretty much right at a point where we could really start gaining steam again. And on the 20-day chart, you guys will be able to see it's already breaking out of the moving averages, which is great. But now, again, we got to just break 455, 56, which not only is that big moving average resistance on the previous time frame, but it's also a point of resistance from the end of March. It was support in also the end of March. So it's just a level that we've been, trading at, and we just have to get buying pressure above it. And if we do, that's going to confirm the breakout, in my opinion. And Triple Q, if I pull that up, you guys can see it's a bit ahead of SPY because of today's awesome day for tech. What we're noticing is, just like SPY, we have an inverse head and shoulders. You guys see the left shoulder already drawn out. There's the head, and then here's the right shoulder, right? So we have that. That's very similar to SPY, but where it differs a bit is here on the 20-day chart. Triple Q is already breaking out. It's well above the moving averages, and I would not be surprised if this cleared 370, 372 at some point this week, which means it would take the highs out from last week. So this is a bit ahead in terms of the breakout process, and it's looking very good, guys. To me, this looks like it's continuing the uptrend, and we have to see. I mean, anything could happen. You guys know how the markets work. Anything could happen at the drop of a hat, and that's why we always have to be nimble and be ready for anything pretty much. So what do you think? Drop me a comment down below, and if you all haven't done so already, hit the like button, subscribe. Just doing those two things, guys. Seriously, the like button, subscribing, it really helps me out in the algorithm, and I appreciate all of you guys out there for tuning in, as always. So let's talk about some stocks right now, and I'm sure you guys have seen the news. It's all over the financial media, guys. I mean, all the YouTubers have made a video, and here I am, a YouTuber making a video about it, or not a specific video, but mentioning it in the video. Twitter, let's talk a little bit about Twitter, ticker symbol TWTR, which last I checked, it was at, oh wow, look at that. Last I checked, it was at 48.49. I took a screenshot and posted it on my Instagram this morning. It was at 47. By the way, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at StasSurfS, just at StasSurfS, all one. And it was at 47 this morning. Now Twitter's at 51, almost $51 a share, up 30 freaking percent in one day, which is nuts. So let's talk a little bit about this. Elon Musk, I'm sure you guys know, is now the largest individual shareholder of Twitter. He owns 73,486,938 shares of Twitter, which represents a 9.2% passive stake in the company, according to the SEC 13G filing, which was released today, being Monday. The stake is worth $4 billion. That would be crazy. It's $2.89 billion, at least when he bought it. Who knows what it's worth now? Probably a lot more because the stock's going bananas, right? Talk about I'm not going to say pump and dump because he's probably not going to dump, but talk about a crazy trade. Look at that. Holy crap. So, yeah, now Elon Musk is the largest shareholder of Twitter. And the truth is, guys, this company needs to be revamped. Sure, Twitter right now is solid. People like the app. Sure, there's a lot of people that don't like the app. But the truth is, this company sucks at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how to be nice about it. I'm just going to say it bluntly. This company sucks, right? In terms of just being a business, not the app. The app's cool, right? Sure, they block people, they ban people, which I don't necessarily personally agree with. And we'll talk about that in a second, not to get on a side tangent, but I think now Elon Musk, even though he doesn't have majority ownership, he has a very big stake. His voice in this company could turn that around, and maybe they revamp the company and so forth, which, who knows, maybe I'll make a whole video on Twitter talking about that. But overall, what I'm trying to say here is this company has not done anything since it went public. Look at this, guys. The stock when it went public was $43 to $45. It shot up to about $72, and this was almost a decade ago in 2013. So it is under where it was a decade ago. And out of all the social media stocks, let's be honest, Twitter is the one that is not the best ran. It's the worst ran one. With the amount of prominent figures on Twitter, with how great the app is and the reach it has, for them not to be able to make great money on that and have the business grow very strongly like some of these other social media companies, for them to be at the same price as they were, I mean, a decade ago, that goes to show the business is not doing well. And I don't want to get on a huge tangent about Twitter, guys, but this is stock number one and kind of some thoughts about it. And I do think Elon Musk, his voice, just his reach, he's one of the most influential people on this planet. I think he's going to do good for Twitter. Freedom of speech on Twitter. I think Elon Musk, I think he's going to do well with that. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we can't predict the future, but as of now, a lot of people are excited, and maybe this is what Twitter needs. So that's TWTR. Those are some thoughts there. I would love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. And let's talk about some other stocks here quickly, guys. Square's number 2. Square stock is currently up about 8%. Very, very nice move here so far on the day. Again, it's about 2 p.m. right now. We do have about 2 hours left in the day. So we have Square up 8% with 2 hours left. And you guys know when we have big green days, sometimes we get the blow off top rally at the end of the day. So if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if Square goes up even more. But as of now, it's up 8%. We see clear support consolidation at about 133 to 135, which was the high point from the end of February. So the fact that we consolidated above it for a good 2 weeks and today we broke out, again, we're now up 8%. That is a very good sign that this now wants to break out and potentially fill the gap to the next main resistance, which is at 158. Now pay attention. If I zoom in a bit to this 10-day chart, Square is still under 148, 150, which that is where we failed in, when was that? About 10 days ago, we failed there. And last week, we failed at 149, 150. So in my opinion, we got to get out of 150. So I'm going to put one alert. Mark is that we're above 150. If we break 150, that is where I think we start moving to fill that next gap to 158. I'm going to be patient with this one, guys. I think we're in a consolidation range. Obviously, you guys can see it, and we just got to pick direction. So if we break out, boom, we can make a nice trade there on Square. On the long side, let's talk about Amgen. Amgen's breaking out since we called it out recently. We're seeing the ascending triangle play out. We broke out of 240. Now we're in the mid 240s. And you guys can see if I zoom out of this 4-hour chart, let's say to the daily year 1 day chart, the 1 year chart, if I could even talk today, guys, this is Amgen, right? We're noticing now that we broke out of 240, we're at 245. The next main resistance is 250. I think that's where we're going to be going now that this ascending triangle is playing out. And if 250 breaks, we might be going 258, 260, which now that I'm looking at this, that is the high point from the beginning of 21, pretty much a year ago. And if I open up the max chart, what's the all-time high on Amgen? All-time high was hit in 2020 at about 276. So I'd be looking for a breakout towards those highs. I'm not necessarily saying we're going to hit those highs next week or a month from now. I have no idea. But if we start breaking these levels, we're going to get momentum towards the all-time highs. That's what I'm seeing based on this chart. So that's Amgen. Bonus is CRM. If you guys stuck till the end, I'll put this bonus one up that I'm looking at. This one's at a very similar spot. It's not similar in the sense of it's breaking out per se, but it's similar in a sense to Amgen that there's a huge resistance that we're at right now, which has been a resistance for about a month, 2 months, that if we break out of it, there's going to be a huge breakout in CRM. So that resistance in CRM is 225. We have an inverse head and shoulders. I've pointed this out before. We have a golden cross, 50 above the 180 SMA here. Now all we have to get is the break above 225, 230, 235, then this thing's going to be flying. I mean, we've seen the long-term charts on CRM. They look very bullish. Let me just pull up the yearly, maybe not the yearly chart as much as the 3-year chart. Yeah, yearly chart it doesn't look bad per se, but it looks like it's been downtrending for a good 6-8 months, right? Which it has, and now it's starting to reverse. But the 3-year chart, let me pull that up. 3-year chart looks pretty good. We're getting that inverse head and shoulder above the 180 SMA, which has been support for about 2-3 years, right? So let's see if we get the breakout now. That's all we need to see. Then CRM could open up as a nice move. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment. Check out my Patreon if you want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, plus more. Literally everything I'm doing is on Patreon in real time. Link down below. Or you can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. And don't forget to get your free money for Moo up to 5 free stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. It's the best promo right now. Make sure you guys get on that link down below or go to StockSurfest.com/Moo. All you have to do is deposit at least $100 and you get up to 5 stocks. Again, up to $3,500. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.